RotopaX gas cans have one major flaw. The good news is it can easily be fixed. It doesn't take a lot of time nor a lot of money. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Stick around. If you don't know what I'm talking about, eventually you will. It's the nozzle. Now, I don't blame RotopaX completely. They do have regulations they need to follow in order to become compliant with the law. The way these nozzles are designed are not very good for several reasons. I would say that the reason for me, and I have two RotopaX gas cans, and it happens on both, is you're supposed to unlock and twist in order to get flow of the gas into the vehicle. Now, the problem is there's little springs that are located underneath here, and on both of my cans, on both of my RotopaX, they both completely just blew up on me. And I'll show you these springs, and I'll try to get a little bit more of a close-up. These tiny little springs are located in the nozzle right underneath this red twist. So it's spring activated. I don't even know if the video is going to show it, but you can see a spring already wanting to pop out on me here. And they already popped out on the other one. So, but this thing has just completely locked up and has become useless. So the goal today is to get rid of this piece of junk and make this gas can reliable, free-flowing, and leak-proof. I've already done this to my first gas can, and I've taken through some tests already. So I am very confident that this works, and it works very well. The major concern for me was, is it going to leak? And I have not had any leaks at all. They do make some very expensive aftermarket nozzles. I did not want to spend $100. So this entire project to convert these gas cans, for both of my gas cans, cost under $10. And it's been reliable thus far. So let me show you what I've done. This is the RotopaX that I did already. So the new nozzle is in here, and I've already put a vent cap on. There's several ways to do the vent cap. I'm going to show you how I did it, but there's other ways to do it as well. This is the easiest way. This is the kit that I use. It's called Forney. I got it off Amazon. It's $10.99, and it comes with 3 sets of everything. So you can actually do 3 RotopaX cans or 3 regular gas cans or whatever you're doing. The kit also comes with the drill bit if you want to do the venting. It's the right size hole for the vents that they provide. So it comes with 3 of everything, caps, nozzles, I've used one already, and then the vents that we need. It comes with all these caps. None of these caps fit a RotopaX, so you have to use the original RotopaX cap. Now this is the hardest part, and I'll get a close-up of this too, is that there's a flame arrestor. Some people call it a filter. It is not a filter, it's a flame arrestor that's located inside here. Now you can remove it and leave it out. I choose to put it back in because it gives more surface area, almost like a flange for the gasket to seal on. There's a little lip right here, and then there's 2 clips that latch into the sides. And there's a couple ways to do this. I found this to be the easiest way, but you gotta be careful you don't damage the flange right here. So if you get a very thin screwdriver, you can actually get behind and pop those clips out. So I'm gonna get, right now I'm gonna get a needle nose plier, and I'm gonna put it on the piece that I pried up. And now I'm gonna do the other side right here. And I'll show you where those clips are once I get this out. So once you have it like this, I'll see if I can do this lefty with the camera on. I might have to get in front of the camera here. Hold on. Hope I'm not blocking the view. Okay. So you can see that it's starting to come out. Now you have to be careful. Like I said, you don't damage the flange. It will kind of reform itself when you put it back in. So here's those little clips right here, and they latch on inside the neck. Maybe there's a better angle for you. So just pull this out. So these are the modifications that need to be done. This nozzle is longer than the original, and it's got to sit inside, but you can see that it hits the bottom here. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to cut this off. This makes the flame arrestor not useful. So if you're going to do this, you do so at your own risk. I decided that it was going to be fine for me. You have to make the decision for yourself. So you can use so many tools to do this. I would say even a good set of scissors, but we'll just make faster work of it. Just a grinder. All right, now that that's cut, you can see that the nozzle will fit right in. See, it actually seals against the flange right there. So, a second modification is, if you're going to use the cap, it comes with this little hat or this little flange around the cap, which now makes it impossible to fit back in. So, I suspect you don't have to use this, but I think it's one more point of gas that can come through and leak. So, I just used a super sharp set of scissors, but you can use whatever you have, and just cut around the outside. So once I put that on, I have a nice seal. So the only way it'll leak gas is around here and not through and up through there. So now it fits through. Now we'll reinsert it. It'll snap right back in place. Now, this is the one thing that I noticed also with this is this surface area of the nozzle is a little bit smaller than that surface area. So it doesn't sit 100%. So the way that I found seals it really well every time is I'll just tilt that. And I'll make sure, I don't know, hopefully the camera picks it up, but you can see there's a little bit of play. If you center it, it won't slide down and leave a gap. So I'll just put it back on there like this. Make sure it's tight, and now we'll check for leaks. I'll show you. Hopefully that's centered on the camera. So we are leak-free right here. So like I said, you can leave this as is. You have no leaks, you have a now modified, you got rid of this piece of crap, and you have a nice flexible nozzle that you can use easily. It will not pour out as fast perhaps as you want, and if you want to fix that, you're going to have to add the vent. I know people are going to get nervous doing this. You're going to be worried about when you drill in here, the little bits that are going to fall inside the tank. Understandable. I did leave a little gas in, so if I drill in here and particles fall down, the gas will pick it up and I can dump it out. One other suggestion is I would not put that flame arrestor piece back in just yet if you're going to do the vent. This way the flame arrestor, the mesh on it, does not catch any particles. You want it to free flow out and clear the tank out. So, and I would do it twice too. Mark the area that I want to put it in. Like I said, I think you could probably put it up here too. I believe it's best here. And then one other note to mention, there's a seam from the molding process that runs down here. Do not drill on the seam. You have more of a chance of cracking. So drill just off center of that seam. The correct size drill bit does come in that little kit that I showed you. So we're just going to use that. I'm going to say 99% of that came out this way with the drill bit. So yes, there might be some stuff in there, but we'll take care of that. Now technically that drill bit is designed to just pop the vent cap in that came with the kit and it should seal, but I'm not going to take that chance. I'm actually going to use a product called Seal All, and it is gas resistant. So it is a contact adhesive and also a sealant. So I'm just going to put it on and around the edge right here. And this will set up in just a couple hours. And I'm going to just push. You'll hear it click. Well, you didn't hear it click because the sealant kind of cushioned it, but... And that's it. That's your vent cap. Very simple. If you're going to use that vent cap, I would definitely use either Seal All or something similar if you're familiar with other products. The Seal All is supposed to work really well. That'll be your vent cover right there. I am not going to touch this. I'm going to let this set up for the next few hours. Then I'm going to pop that flame arrestor back out. I'm going to dump the gas out, and then I'm going to put a little bit more gas in, switch it around, dump it out again, and then we're set. If you want to be extra cautious, you can very easily cut a little piece of screen and pop it in there. And that'll be a little filter that you can use just in case there's something in the gas tank. I am going to do that. It's up to you if you want to do that or not. Thank you for sticking around. We have this RotopaX gas can complete. It is leak-free. It is worry-free. It's going to pour a lot better than it did. And you're not going to have issues with these things anymore. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. By the way, check out my new hat. The reason why I'm showing you that is that I have a new website and I designed that hat and designed a bunch of other things always geared towards off-roaders, overlanding, camping, people who are in our community. So do me a favor, I'm going to put a link here down below in the description. I'll also pop it up on screen at some point in the video, but I have all these ideas in my head and I'm constantly thinking about things that people in our community would enjoy. So do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave me some comments or feedback below. I always enjoy reading that. Check out the website. There's some cool stuff on there. And I appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video. And don't forget, life begins where the pavement ends. I'll see you in the next one, guys.